Hi there, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm making this two-tone floral circular wreath card. I am thoroughly enjoying playing with the two-tone floral stamp set. It's been around for a bit now, a few months or so since the old mini catalogue, and it's carried over into the annual catalogue. And I don't think I've given it the attention it deserves. I've only played with it once or twice and I hadn't really appreciated it. And I came to do a few videos using it and have fallen in love with it. So I've teamed it up with something fancy because there are no sentiments in this set, and I thought it'd be nice to have a sentiment on the card. So I'm using the decorative circle punch, and I'm just going to punch out a post-it note. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure that the sticky edge is included in the punch out so that it's going to be tacky. And I'm just going to be using this as a mask. Now you could use our masking paper as well if you wish to, but I just picked a post-it note because I had one on the desk. So I'm sticking that down. And as you can see, the adhesive bit's on there. And then I'm going to be stamping around that. So I've stuck it in the middle of the card and I'm going to be using a mixture of different stamps here. So I'm using Tahitian Tide and I'm mixing that in with Pool Party. I'm also going to be using some red colours. So I'm going to be going with Sweet Sorbet and Petal Pink. So what you need is colours that coordinate well with each other, a dark and a light of each colour, because you're going to be doing two-step stamping. So to do the two-step stamping, you normally have an outline. So in this case, I've got this outline, and the outline goes in the really dark colour. Now the two-tone floral set has about 4 or 5 different images that have outlines, and then they have 4 or 5 middle sections that go with it as well. So pick the ones that you want and make sure you've got their coordinating middles. Now I'm just stamping this around my post-it note, and you can see I don't really care if it overlaps on the post-it note, but I don't want it to overlap off the post-it note. Because of the size of them, I've had to do some little ones over on the right hand side, and I'm fine with that. So these are the blank bits that go in the middle. They do have a line-up piece. You can see as I'm stamping this one, it has sort of like a circular smile that I'm lining up in the middle. And you can see it's just filling in the entirety of my stamp, and it gives that sort of two-depth definition, and it just looks beautiful. And then there's a centerpiece for the red one. Now they're next to each other on the stamp set, so when you look at the stamp set, the outline and the inner for that outline is next to each other, so you can't get confused. Now I've pulled off my decorative circle, and I have 2 options here. I could stamp my sentiment straight onto the card, and I'm going with this sentiment here, that you matter to so many. No, I'm not. I'm going with thank you. My video was confusing there. I do a voiceover and I try and record as many as I can on one day, and then I voice over them later and I can't always remember what I've done. So you can do that, and you can stamp your thank you straight into the gap so you can have a 1-level card, or you can stamp your thank you onto a scrap piece of cardstock, punch it out, and then you can pop this on top to create a layer. So there's 2 different effects you can do with this, and it's really up to you as to how you wanted it. Now I decided that I did want to have some extra bling on the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some twine on it, and then I'm going to pop the sentiment onto the layer. So to put some twine on it, I'm using this silver elegant trim, which I love. I've popped my adhesive down into a cross, and you can see I'm just going to be working the twine around the cross, up and down where the adhesive is, so it stays in place. And so I get a load of loops. Okay. And then finish it, and I'm leaving the edges on, just to give it a bit more detail. And then I'll be sticking my sentiment over the top, so you won't see that messy bit in the middle. It'll be completely hidden, but you've got the trim in the background. And that's pretty much the essence of the card. Really quick and really simple, but I think really effective. This set, considering you stamp the outside, then you stamp the inside, and it takes seconds, just looks like you've put so much time and effort into it, because it looks 3D. It looks beautiful. And most of the colours work really well with it. You just need to make sure that you've got them in the same sort of colour set, where you've got a dark and light of each colour. And that's pretty much the finished card. I'm going to come in with a couple of embellishments. So I'm going to be using our rhinestones, and I'm just going to pop a few of these around the card, just to give it a bit of bling, really, that's all. And I'm using my Pick It Up tool to put those on. Using the putty end, works really, really well. And there you are, the finished card. What do you think? I'm using two-tone Flora and something fancy. And here's the finished project. Thank you for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Everything I've used today is available from slimandstylish.stampinup.net. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop me a like or leave me a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and come back for more content. I also have an Instagram page that I'm trying to grow at the same time. It's at SlimmandStylish, and every like or follow helps. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.